Hi guys! Using proxies to fake your IP can help you stay secure, access restricted content, or manage large numbers of accounts effectively. But choosing a clean, high-quality proxy isn't always easy. In today's video, I'll share some insights about clean proxies and a few tips and tricks I use to check the quality of those proxies. So what is a clean proxy? Clean proxies are usually proxies with IPs that are not blacklisted by major websites like Google, Cloudflare, and can be used to register and maintain accounts without getting banned. For things like registering accounts that got banned, spamming emails, or scams, then the IP range is likely blacklisted and almost unusable for accessing websites. You may still be able to connect to the internet, but the quality will be extremely poor, and you'll constantly be flagged as suspicious. So, how can you check the quality of the proxy you're using? Here's the checklist I usually follow when buying proxies, which you can use too. Firstly, correct location. For example, if you're buying a US proxy, make sure the location is in the US, not in the UK, France, Germany, or any other country. Many proxy providers let you choose by state or city, even down to the ISP. You should double-check if this information matches what you bought. You can use IP checking websites like IPFighter, PixelScan, or Whore to verify both the IP address and the location. Another trick I use is to search for any random phrase on Google and check the language and location that show up. For example, if you're using a US proxy, the language should be in English, and the location should show that you're in the US. I also visit e-commerce websites, pick a random product, and check the default shipping country. If it matches the proxy location, then you're good to go. Next, you need to check if the time zone matches. Each region has a different time zone. For example, the US typically uses GMT-5, but if you buy a US proxy and it shows GMT+7, that's clearly suspicious. Just like checking the location, you can visit IP checking websites or search time to see what results you get. Besides location and time zone, make sure to check the registered owner of the IP on What Is My IP. For example, if you have a US proxy, but the IP owner is registered in Vietnam or Laos, it's less trustworthy. Next, check if the proxy has been blacklisted by major websites like Google or Cloudflare. A common sign is constantly facing CAPTCHAs that you can't bypass. Proxy checking sites will also show whether a proxy is blacklisted. However, keep in mind that if a proxy is blacklisted by Site A, it might still work fine on Site B. If it's only blacklisted by less important sites, you can still use it without any issues. The next item on the checklist is proxy speed. If your proxy is too slow, it will affect your tasks. So, look for proxies with stable speeds that meet your needs. Speeds of 30 to 50 megabits per second are good enough, and if you want faster, data center proxies are a better option. Speeds below this range are still usable, but if it's under 10 megabits per second, you might experience lag. Lastly, check if the proxy is leaking WebRTC or DNS. If there's a WebRTC leak, websites and platforms can easily detect your real IP address. Proxy checking websites will alert you if there are WebRTC or DNS leaks. If you happen to buy a proxy with this issue, you can fix it in a few ways. First, use a VPN in the background. Second, disable or block WebRTC. Anti-detect browsers like HideMyac have options to help with this. I just shared with you everything about clean proxies, along with some useful tools, tips, and tricks I often use to check proxy quality. These methods help ensure that your proxy works effectively and meets your needs. If you have any questions, please comment to get answers. See you again in the next videos.